Do you want to know how amazing people connect? Well, you're in the right place. Welcome to Marketing with Russ, aka #RussSelfie.
Thanks for connecting. And if you like what you hear, please share.
Special thank you to the sponsors of Marketing with Russ, the Alzheimer's Association, the Hounds of Business, and Young Life Teen Mom Program. For more information on the Alzheimer's Association and this amazing organization that helps in the fight against Alzheimer's, go to alz.org. And for more information on the Hounds of Business community and all they're doing to promote community and a great business environment, go to LinkedIn at hounds-of-business today. Finally, for more information on Young Life and their Teen Mom program, go to midvalleymetro.younglife.org. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Marketing with Russ, aka #RussSelfie. I am so excited that it's Monday. I know. I hear you out there. So many people saying, oh my goodness, Mondays are not my day. But you know what? It is all about how you perceive Monday. What is your perspective? What are you really thinking? Because you know, it is a new opportunity. It's got new possibilities ahead of you. I know some of you are maybe going through a rough time. Maybe you don't feel great this Monday. Maybe you're coming down with something and you're thinking, I just need to rest. Well, maybe you do need to rest, because when you're intentional about your day, sometimes that involves self-care, resting, and the things that you need to do. That doesn't mean you can't be looking forward to good things happening. You can be looking forward to getting over whatever you have. You can be looking forward to the things ahead and the possibilities and opportunities that have been presented or that have yet to come. And that's an exciting thought, right? What's going to come just around the corner? So anyway, super excited to have you here. This is Marketing with Russ, aka #RussSelfie. We are here every Monday and Thursday at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, or Pacific Daylight Time. There you go. For your viewing and listening pleasure. That's right. This wonderful podcast, because we have such amazing people on here, it not only is broadcast for you via video live right now, which we're doing, which is 8 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, Monday and Thursdays, but it also stays on LinkedIn, YouTube, and Facebook for infinity and beyond. That's right. Forever. It's there. You can go back. You can watch it on replay. If you missed it, you can watch it for the first time. If you enjoyed the guests that I had on, like Alan Hennessy today, who is amazing, the digital mentor, you're going to want to watch it more than once. Go back and watch it again. Also, you can listen to it if you missed it or you don't have time to watch video, because this converts to audio podcast. It's on iTunes, Spotify, all of your Amazon, all of your favorite podcast platforms. So many awesome opportunities. And we even do some little repurposing cutout videos like the marketing tip of the day, which we'll do here shortly. And those things are also meant to add value. You could take and share those separately, and you can promote those to your friends that really you think need that. Who needs a little help with their marketing and their business. There you go. That's the word I was looking for. Business, everything that they're doing. Everybody needs a little encouragement and inspiration for their life too. And that's what we're here for. My why or purpose in life is to inspire and encourage you to live a purpose-driven life of significance. So what do I mean by that? I want you to be a world changer, a difference maker. I want you to do amazing things in your business, in your life, in everything that you're doing. You can really make a difference in the world around you today. And I want to encourage you to believe that, to today, just step out. I love the quote, you don't need to see the whole staircase, just the next step. And sometimes it's hard. Things are going on. This world is crazy and you cannot see what's going on and you don't know what's coming ahead of you, but you just look for that next step. Just take it one step at a time and move in a positive direction. And you know what? If I can help you at all, I would love to do that today. So the best way to get in touch with me is to go to russhedge.com. And I am all about making you better, giving you purpose and the help to live a purpose-driven life. But what do I actually do? You say, well, what does that mean? Well, I can coach you and help you develop a marketing plan. I can help you work with your team or your staff to be more productive and bring more profit into your company based on the way that they operate with your customers out there in the field, on the phone, whatever they're doing. Also, I am a keynote motivational speaker and I love to speak to people. If you need somebody to light up the room, as you can tell, I'm pretty shy. I love to motivate and inspire people, and I am available to speak anywhere. You just give me a call and we'll work out the details. But yes, I mean, I'll fly to where you are, or we can do it virtually, or if you're locally, I can drive to where you are. But I love to speak to groups and inspire and encourage them. But within that, give them real content to help them, whether it's in their marketing or business relations or building customer trust. And that is what our marketing tip of the day is going to be on. But before we get to that, what is this show all about? Well, it's about how amazing people connect. And some people say to me, okay, well, there's so many elements to the show. Marketing with Russ. What does connection have to do with marketing? Well, pretty much everything, because connection and community building, I believe, is the foundation of any good marketing plan, any good business. That's number one. The AKA hashtag Russ Selfie is a tool that I use to attract visibility and attention in the marketplace, to connect with people, to do exactly that, to build that know, like, and trust factor and be able to help them in their business because they got to know me better and like me better and trust me better through that process. Just a tool that I use. You can use whatever you want. Maybe you don't like to take selfies. A lot of people don't, but that's okay. I do. It's fun. So that is what the hashtag Russ Selfie is all about. Give the whole story again in another time. But today, I just want to remind you, people like Alan Hennessy, who's with us today, who are amazing and have so much value. They come on this show and they're all available. And you need to subscribe to our YouTube channel today, so you see not only Alan, but all of those people that are right there for you on the YouTube page, simply by going to marketingwithruss.live. Marketingwithruss.live. I make it simple, right? If you know my name, you get to my website. If you know the name of the show, you can get directly to my YouTube page. Subscribe today. Open a separate tab right now. Go ahead, lean over, click, open a separate tab. Subscribe today if you're not already subscribed, because it'll give you access right there in one spot to all that content. There's so many amazing people. And for today, if you'd be such a blessing to me if you would share this. Just get it out there. Let people know. Tag your friends. Let them know that Alan's coming on when Russ quits talking, and it's going to be a great discussion. Okay, so with that, I'm going to get to the last important thing about the book and the availability of encouragement through writing. The book, Befuddled, Live the Life You Choose, my first book, along with all my collaborative books, 4 in the last about 8 months that have come out, are available to you, including how the overcoming cancer journey that I went through inspired me to inspire others. And through the challenges of life, being able to overcome and move forward and be successful in all that I'm doing. So if you want more information on that, there is great books, including Perspectives on Cancer, Volume 2, that I just came out with, along with Tim Stone, who's the main person on that book, and so many other collaborative offers. So that is all available, believe it or not, at russhedge.com. There you go. Or you can go to Amazon, get it anywhere you like. Okay, so Last thing I want to do is the marketing tip of the day. We're trying to add a little value through marketing tips to you each day. And so that is why we do this. This will get cut out and you'll be able to see this separately on all social media and YouTube Shorts. So here we go. Ready? This is your marketing tip of the day. Build trust. That's right. Build trust. You've heard of the know, like, and trust factor. Well, you need to get to the point where you build trust in people. And I'm telling you, you need to lose that aggressive sales tactic where you're just trying to be transactional. Get away from the transactional and get to the actual people, right? There's three levels of trust that really you have to build in people: the person, yourself, the product, whatever your product or service is, and the company. So you need to build trust in those three things for people to really want to utilize you in your business. But it starts with you, the person, connection, community building, building that trust in people, because when they know, like, and trust you, they're more likely to know, like, and trust your service or product and your business, and it builds from there. So today, work on building trust, and that is your marketing tip of the day. All right, so that'll get cut out, and we'll have that available as well. But I want to add that just personal value to you today. It is so important. Don't just let phrases like know, like, and trust just go in one ear and out the other. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I've heard that before. That is the foundation of all that you do. And speaking of trusting, the man coming on next is somebody who I not only know, like, and trust, but is an amazing individual, has taught me so much, and is one of the main reasons that I'm live streaming today. Here he comes, Mr. Alan Hennessy's in the house. Hey, Alan.
How are you, Russ? Good to see you. How are you? Great to see you. And I totally agree with everything you've just said. It is so important. How are you?
Good. I am so thankful that you're here. Alan, I could not just know, love, and respect you more because of all that you've meant to me in my life, personally and professionally. And, your whole phrase, the digital mentor, means so much value for people. So, what I want you to do for those couple people that don't know who Alan Hennessy is, give everybody a little snapshot. Who is Alan? What are you up to? What are you all about?
Yeah, well, thanks for being for having me on the show. First off, it's always a pleasure to spend some time with you. Who am I? I am the digital mentor, and that is not me being big-headed. That's just what people say about me. They say, "Oh, if you want to know about digital marketing, talk to the digital mentor, Alan Hennessy." So, as I always say, if the shoe fits, you got to wear it. So, yeah, I have over 15 years of experience in digital marketing, teaching, and training. I also have a number of different podcasts. I also help people to understand why podcasting is so important and also why digital marketing is so important. It's not about writing the posts, it's about understanding why you're writing them posts. And that's what I teach. So I sort of come at it from a holistic point of view and that type of understanding to get people to think about what they're doing with their marketing. And a lot of people make the mistake, Russ, of saying, "Oh, it's so much, there's so much I have to do, there's so much I have to try and get through." There's actually not. It's not when you break it down, and that's what I help people to do, is break it down and help them, as I always say, to navigate that digital landscape, because it really is um it's all about connection and it's all about trust, as you said earlier on. And that is the key. And I suppose over the last number of years, that has really come to the forefront of what people should be doing online now. Well, and even offline as well, because sometimes we forget, people say, "Oh, it's digital marketing," but digital marketing is only one step of your whole marketing process, because there is the elements of, you know, we can be online and we can meet each other and we can talk each other online and we can, connect over a Zoom call or whatever. But when we meet that person in actual person, it's about being able to have a conversation and not being able, just not just using one of these things and just going, "Yeah, I can write, I can type, I can connect with you online that way." It really is about the overall picture, and that's where digital marketing has come, and it's the right time and it's the right place for it to do that. So that's what I sort of teach, and that's what I help people to understand and cut through all the jargon and try and be as human as we can. And
Yeah.
that's all we can really do,
Yeah. What I love about you, Ellen, is when we first met, um, it was through the Global Tea Break, I
Mm,
believe. And it was an amazing opportunity for me in the beginning of COVID. Actually, I came in, I think, a month before COVID really shut everything down. And it was such a critical key in having people that could mentor and support me. And you were a huge part of that. I don't think people realize the value of that. One of my best clients, I mostly do mentoring and consulting with him. It started as coaching, but it's really turned into more somebody that he can bounce things off of and talk to and can really kind of direct maybe a step here and there. And really, a lot of times, that's what people really need. They don't need somebody speaking at them. They need somebody who listens and can mentor them and help them in the areas they need, right? Because that's how we find out, by listening and helping people, right?
yeah, and that's the true beauty of mentorship, is because as you say, like everyone can you can coach anyone and you can say, do this, do this, do this, and they will. But that doesn't create creativity. That doesn't create, an idea. Because what someone can say, come to me, and like yourself probably, is that when they come to me and I'm doing mentorship sessions with them, I always say, okay, well, what are you thinking of? What is it that you're looking to do? And 9 times out of 10, they'll expect you to have that roadmap for them. When in actual fact, they can really, use that roadmap themselves. But it's where we come into the fray, and where I suppose mentorship comes into the fray is that we'll see things that they don't see. They might just brush by and they'll say, well, there's a missed opportunity. I had it only a couple of weeks ago with a girl I'm mentoring at the moment, and she put up 5 or 6 different slides on LinkedIn. And like that, she was sort of going, "Oh, they're great," and everyone she was getting great reaction. And I said, "Well, what about if you broke out each one of them slides and wrote a blog post with them? Maybe done a short little video instead of just posting one after the other and hoping that they're going to stick." And she went, "Oh, I never thought of that." And I said, "So you're going to get from 5 slides, you're going to get another 50 pieces of content that you can use." And it's only then when you start to see these things, and that's where I suppose our years of experience have come into that fray.
Right.
But it's about also nurturing what's inside and saying, don't be afraid to, to get on and do these different types of things. Because at the end of the day, you're looking for someone's attention, especially when you're posting on social media. You're looking
Right.
for that attention. And everyone's doing the same. So if you're doing the same, you're not going to stand out. So it's about standing out and going that one step further, or taking a slightly different route and having some fun with it as well, because you got to do that. Like there's a friend of ours, and she's really good at what she does, but she was doing a presentation to a group that I was at a couple of weeks back, and she had the presentation up on the board, up on the screen, and we were talking through it. And next of all, she puts up this white slide and it just says pause for impact. And that's exactly what she did. And everyone sort of went, what? And then she just went, read the board. And it worked. But what happened is 2 weeks later, we were still talking about that. So every time she said something, we would then say, pause for impact. So it's about having that something that changes. And you said it earlier on, your hashtag, AKA Russ Selfie, is a huge tool. Even though people might say, oh, well, I can't take photographs. It's not about the actual, literally the taking of the photograph. It's the tool that you're using. It's the vehicle that you're
Right.
using to be able to use some sort of different type of content, but that makes you stand out. So
Right.
really important to do that.
Well, see, and I love that too. And I found that out completely by accident, because people minimize the importance of visibility and standing out. So not only do you need to be visible, but then what you're saying, and this is where people like you, Ellen, come in. not just the picture, but what do you say around that? And
Mm,
part of what I say, for example, in hashtag Russ selfies with business people is that we're having fun and tagging them, making us all part of a little group and a little community, right? And suddenly I could meet somebody for the first time. The next time I walk into that networking meeting, they come running up to me and hug me like I'm their their long lost friend, that I'm the best friend they've had for years. And they've only met me once before, but they've been able to go through social media or my website, learn about me, learn about my family. It starts to build that connection faster. And what I love about you, Alan, and this is what I was using this today actually, we all need good advice. We are better together. This
mm.
morning, I am making an adjustment on some wording and some things that I'm doing and a video and stuff that I'm doing. And I presented that not only to my teammate and assistant Ever, who's amazing, but also to my daughter, who has got a great perspective and getting their opinion. And you get different opinions, and then you make a decision based on the good advice you're getting from people that you know, love, and trust, right? And
Yeah.
I think that that's where you come in with this mentoring.
Yeah, and that's the thing about it is as much as we can say, "Oh my god, oh yeah, I know how to do this and whatever," but again, it's about asking opinions and saying, "Look, I'm working on this idea. What do you think of this?" And sometimes someone will have this great insight and say, "Well, what about doing that as well?" And you go, "Oh," and that leads you off on another path. But what it does is it opens up the mind and it opens up and it helps us to be more aware of stuff that's going on that we can use and we can implement into our systems. But I think the key to everything, I suppose today, is really about community and it's about building them communities of people. Because I see it so many times when you go to a network. I mean, I'll always do is I'll take the name and then I'll go to LinkedIn when I come back and I'll reach out and I'll say, look, it was great to talk to you. Um, I may not connect with them, but what I will do is I'll go and I'll look at their content and maybe I might say, comment on a few posts and talk to them and maybe do a DM or something like that to them. And that's it. I don't you don't push yourself on people because when you start doing that and you start pushing yourself on people. So if you're at a network meeting, you say, "Oh, I have to connect with everyone at the meeting." The likelihood is they may not want to connect with you. So don't you got to build a relationship. And I always say that all about building those relationships because in effect that's what happens because it builds out trust. But it also you got to share stuff that's not in the norm. So as you said, share it about your beautiful family. I've done a presentation a couple of weeks ago. The first slide was about my wife and my two girls, and I went, "Oh, now I get the feeling about you and the smile, and I can see how your girls resemble you, and I can see how and that's the part that people want because that's a human connection that really helps us to build trust and build our likability and build our awareness of being in that community.
Right.
So the
And
community, and
let me
again,
just jump let me just jump in there real quickly. Sorry, I'm interrupting, I know, but I just want to emphasize your point. And that is when you're really building that real authentic trust with people, and it's all about this people factor cannot be underestimated. And I love what you're all about, but one thing that I think you also do well that I want to add in to, and then I'll let you run with it, telling a good story and all that you're doing. You are great at helping with that because you brought that up. Whether I'm talking about how I came up with the hashtag Russ selfie in a subway in New York, or whether you're talking about your family, or I'm talking about my bragging on my kids and my beautiful wife, or talking about my cancer journey. There are things that speak to people, connect them. It's a story that you build on, and then you grow that know, like, and trust factor because this is who I really am. This is what I'm all about. And people just love that.
yeah, and that's the thing about it as well, Russ. Like everyone says, "Oh yeah, Alan Hennessy, the digital mentor," but do they know me as that persona of a person? They know me as that person. Oh, the digital mentor. Oh, he knows everything about digital marketing. I know about a lot of other stuff, but I also have a lot of other things that are going on. And once I start sharing that and connecting, now, when I say connecting or sharing, I'm not going to share my intimate secrets or details. But what I am going to do is because I'm going to allow people into my life to understand who I am. And what happens then is people then go, oh, well, he's no different than I am. And I don't have to put him up on a pedestal, or I don't have to do this. I can connect with him. And I've built my business literally on being personal, because I believe that's the only way. And it's when I teach people or when I talk with people, they say, you just simplify it so much. And I go, yeah, because it is simple. It doesn't have to be complicated. It doesn't have to be technical. If you want to get all that technical stuff and all that, yes, I can teach you that. But you're going to get lost in it and you're not going to enjoy it. And at the end of the day, your marketing should be enjoyable. You should be able to market yourself with a purpose. You should also be able to market yourself to be able to be, yeah, this is what I do. This is where I group. I see Michael Holton here. There's many's a picture that I see up on Instagram of him with his team in the office, and they're all smiling. They're all having, they're all working, but there's a great, great community there, and that's the whole idea. Because now I'm getting an insight into not just what they do, I'm also getting an insight into the people that are behind it, because that's what we want. That's what we want to do, because that's where we're going to earn trust. That's where we're going to go, yes, I want to work with this company, or I
Right.
want to work with this person.
Right.
And that's
Well,
the key to it.
yep, and I love what you just said. That is confirmation, everybody, by the way. Uh, I will tell you all that Michael and I work together on that. And just the confirmation of what Alan says and what he sees in the social media marketing that we put up for him, and that he is a big part of as well. That is what people are looking for. They're looking for the real people. They're not just looking when you're trying to push just your business and you're being very transactional and you're putting just data about your business, the majority of people that does not speak to. They have no idea who you are. They look at it and they go, yada, yada, yada. Everybody is telling me that, right? And so why should I listen to that? I work with people that I know, like, and trust, people that I have built that trust factor with through relationship, through connection, through doing everything from live streaming to working on projects for them. You just need to continue to build that connection with people. And
Yeah.
Alan, you are an expert at this. So why don't we? Okay, so you and I could keep talking for hours. You're amazing, but give everybody kind of wrap up your comments for today. Give everybody your gold nugget. I'm giving you the last word. Take as much time as you want, and then let everybody know how they get in touch with you.
Yeah, well, I suppose the golden nugget, I suppose, is to tell the story. Is to tell a story, because people relate to stories.
Right.
They just relate to stories. They understand, because they can put themselves in your shoes if they can relate to a story. So telling a story with purpose and having a beginning, middle, and end, because some people can tell stories and they can go on for hours, and you come away from it going, what did I learn? So you got to understand that you've got to frame it and structure it into a story that tells a proper story that helps them connect with you, but also helps them see themselves in you. And when they see themselves in you, they're able then to be able to say, okay, right, I get that. I see where he's going with this. The the quick one would be is the global tea break. I'm sitting in a box room in the house one Friday afternoon, and the walls are closing in me, which, if you're a solo entrepreneur, that's what happens. We just get so ingrained in our own space, and the walls were closing in on me. And I just put out on Twitter, I says, does anyone want to have a chat? Just a cup of tea. Because I'm from Ireland, we drink a lot of tea. I says, can anyone fancy a cup of tea and and just a chat? Not business, just a chat. And our good friend Scott jumped on and said, yeah, I'll do it. And I said, this is great. And it was a really good way of us connecting. Like, we had known each other, but we had a good chat. And I said, we should open this up to the world. And that is how the Global Tea Break started. So from just me sitting at home and Scott sitting in his office space, we started something which has grown and has expanded over the last 5 years. And that's the really, really powerful thing about telling stories, because we still tell that story to this day on the tea break. So they're the things that I would say is make sure that you're telling stories and add value to people's lives. Not just sell something, add value. Is this going to help this person? And then give them the benefits, show them what it can do that's going to make their life easier, because that's all we're looking for, is making life easier. So they would be my nuggets. You can contact me, thedigitalmentor.ie. You can find me across all of the social networks. I'm there. There's the loads. You can see all the details are all down below. And it has always been it's always a pleasure to spend some time with you, Russ. And it's an honor to be on Marketing with Russ. I think I don't know how many times I've been on it. I think it's my second or my third time, but every time it's always good and it's always great and it's so insightful, you know.
Well, I totally agree because you are an amazing guest to have on. And yes, I believe we've had three marketing with Russ's, and you have been on the Experience Live with Russ and Scott at least two or three times. And, I just want to, again, thank you. You're still in the credits today, you and Jim Fuse, from
So,
giving Scott and I that initial help on the experience, because that's where we really began our live streaming journey. Because Marketing with Russ was a video podcast, started as an audio podcast, jumped to a video podcast, and then it became a live stream. And yeah, and now I am what over? Now I'm at 400 and whatever, and Ever's
That's
going to
which
put
is
that in there.
incredible, which is
It
incredible, because I remember talking to Jay Bear many years ago, and we were talking about podcasts, and I think at the time I had about 50 podcasts up, and I was saying to him, I says, Jay, I says, like, because Jay used to podcast every week, and he'd done it for 8, 10 years type of thing, and you think he'd over 500 or 600 podcasts, and he said to me, he says, if you have any more than 10, it shows commitment. With you've over nearly 400, you've over 400. So that's commitment, that's sharing. And the amount of fabulous information and insightfulness that has come out of them podcasts is incredible. Like, you could write 10 books on them with the amount of information that's in the podcast. So I would say to anyone who's watching here today is definitely subscribe to Russ's podcasts and his live streams, because they are just incredible. And the great thing about it is he's just a lovely guy. And you'll all have to admit that with me, because, don't ever think that he's not. And it's not all a show, because he's exactly the same off camera as he is on camera. So, guys, it's all the truth. All righty. So, thank you, Russ.
Well, I am looking forward to the opportunity to come to Ireland and see you and all of my amazing friends over there. And it's just been a whirlwind, a blessing, our friendship. I mean, it seemed like it formed so quickly, and we've been able to do so many things between the global tea break and, live streaming together on each other's shows and supporting and helping. And you have mentored me, and I cannot tell you how much I appreciate you, especially at the beginning, willing to lend a hand, and just get us kick started and moving, since you were ahead in the game. And I'll let you know that I pass that along, because even though it is my business to consult and coach and do speaking and all those things with people, I also just have conversations, and I'm
Mm,
more than happy to give everybody a step up and a how to on a couple things. Even though people hire me to consult on live streams, if we just need just basics upfront stuff, I'm happy to have that conversation, give you a start, just like Alan did for me. And, I think that helps build that trust and that value. And that's
paying
what
it
I love.
forward. You're paying
Yeah,
it forward. And that's what we
exactly.
all should be doing, is paying it forward.
Yep.
Because I know when I started my business, there was no one around going, "Oh yeah, I'll jump on a call." I'm a firm believer that we need to do that, because there's people out there who are looking for a handout, and they don't know where to start. And as simple as you say, a 10, 15 minute conversation can change the whole, you know, landscape for them.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what we have to do that. We have to do that. We have to pay forward, because
Yeah.
if we pay it forward, it will come back in spades. Not that you're looking for it to come back in spades, but it does, because you're putting that out there, and people will pull that back to you as well.
Yeah.
So
No, what a
brilliant.
blessing. Well, we are better together. It is a true fact. And Alan,
Totally.
thank you so much for being here today. I'm going to say goodbye and send you to the green room, but hang tight for a minute because I have a question for you. And just a blessing. Thanks for being here today.
Thank you, Russ. Talk to you soon.
Okay. I'm telling you, these get better every day. If you have friends that don't know about Marketing with Russ and the amazing people that you should be connecting with that are on this show, Alan is at the top of the list. And I'm telling you, all of his connection information not only is in the show notes, but it's also in the comments. And there it is, right there below me. Again, you need to connect with Alan. Everything is worth a conversation. Even if he just becomes an amazing friend, you're going to have value in your life. And he has got way more value than that, I tell you. So I appreciate everybody being here today. This has been an amazing day today. And I want you to know that all of the stuff that I do, the keynote motivational speaking, the coaching and consulting on marketing and business, I would love to just have a conversation with you, see where I can add value to you, just like Alan said today, where I can add value to you and where we can maybe find common ground that we can work together and be a blessing for each other. And you just go to russhedge.com. That's it. Go to russhedge.com, sign up for time today on my calendar. We can Zoom, we can chat. You know, my goal is to connect with at least 1,000 new people again this year. Sounds like a lot, but I've done that the last 2 years in a row, and I'm doing it again this year. So please today, go to russhedge.com, check out what I'm all about. I would love to come speak for your group. I'd love to motivate them and get them moving in the right direction. Also, subscribe on YouTube. We're growing our YouTube market. Please go on there now and go to marketingwithruss.live and subscribe today, because you're just going to get more value like what you saw today by doing that. And share this with your friend. If you're watching on replay, please put hashtag team replay, and you can still comment, you can still share, you can still tag your friends. It stays up there for infinity and beyond. That's right. Forever. You can keep watching, you can keep sharing. Don't let this value slip away, because I'm telling you, this is how you grow. Perspectives from outside people. I do it all day long, meeting new people, connecting, learning value from them. So today I want to really encourage you to do that. Thank you for everybody for being here today. Appreciate everybody in the comments. You guys are all so amazing. And until we see you again, it's going to be this coming Thursday, 8 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time. But remember, we're here every Monday and Thursday, 8 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time for your viewing and listening pleasure. But also, don't forget, you can listen on Spotify, iTunes, Amazon, whatever your favorite podcast platform is as well. And I'm just so thankful you're here. Please reach out and have a blessed and amazing day. And we'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.
Thanks for joining us for this week's episode of Marketing with Russ, aka #RussSelfie. Be sure to subscribe in your favorite podcast app so that you don't miss a single episode. Have an amazing day.